Right, before I start, I just want to say there are going to be spoilers here, so if you don't want any spoilers, don't watch this video and come back to it later. But the one thing I want to talk about in this film is actually quite a big thing that I haven't seen many people talk about, and it has to do with Peter Parker creating the little inhibitor chip that is going to be very important to the mutant saga and mutants in general in the future to come. So throughout the movie, Peter's trying to create a chip that is trying to suppress his powers and stop his mutations. Well, not his powers, but to create a chip that is trying to suppress his mutations and bring his arachnid DNA and the level down to basically where they were before. It works after a while. MJ helps him, and then he creates more to put on Jean Grey, which it does work for a little bit. The Hulk doesn't work on at all, but it works on Jean Grey for a little bit, which shows damage control that, you know, Peter's, like, his tech is working, it works on mutants. And I think that because he left the inhibitor chip behind at damage control in the center, which is a big mistake now, because I think damage control are going to try replicate it and try make it basically even more powerful to the point where they can suppress mutants and make like the chain collars that we see in X-Men 97, we see it in other X-Men media, that they're basically going to try and replicate and create. So then, you know, in the future mutant saga, that's what the humans, and that's what they're going to do to try and suppress mutants, which is going to be very cool. But isn't it crazy that the one who basically created it and basically started the idea was Peter Parker? Like, that is so crazy to me. I think it's really cool that they did it this way. I think people that are hating on it now look back and probably think, you know what, it's a good idea, because it's actually wild to think about that Peter is going to be the cause of mutant suppression in the mutant saga by humans. And we've already seen that with the start of damage control, and damage control are going to be the ones, I think, in the mutant saga that are going to suppress the mutants due to Peter's creation and his technology. And yeah, it's so mad to think about that Peter Parker is the one to do that. Magneto is going to be gunning for his ass.